Hey, good morning. What do you think is the biggest mistake made today in buying and selling real estate? Let me tell you, it's selling your house contingent upon you buying. And I want to rant about that today here on DESTRY TV. I'm begging you to stop doing this thing where you're putting your house on the market and you're making your sale contingent upon you finding another home. Look, and I get it. When you're selling your house, the hardest thing to be worried about is where you're going to go next. Totally understandable. The challenge is you're trying to find a motivated buyer who's willing to pay your price. Okay? A motivated buyer has a problem. They need to be moved within a period of time. So the challenge for them is going to be, do they want to wait for you to find a home or even take the risk that you're not going to find one and you're going to back out altogether? The smart thing to do is before you ever put your house on the market, you have an agent go out and show you 5, 6, 10 homes that you kind of fit your parameter of what you think you want to do. If you can find half of those that you go, you know, I could live in this home, then the smart move is you know that when you put your house on the market, you know those homes will probably be available or something similar at that time. And again, the challenge I say is, that you're looking for that motivated buyer. You're looking for somebody who's willing to pay your price. The problem is a buyer who's willing to allow you the time to find your own property or maybe take that risk that you won't find one is somebody who's not motivated to buy. And guess what? Unmotivated buyers do. They want a deal on the price. And look, let me tell you, if you're a buyer, you really need to think twice about jumping into these types of transactions. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples that I've just recently seen. And I want to tell you up front, I didn't represent these buyers and I wouldn't have let this mistake happen. So a buyer buys a home here in Temecula, and of course, like we've discussed it, the seller made it contingent upon them finding another home. Now the good news is with this scenario, the seller actually found one pretty quickly. He found it, with a 45-day escrow, everything is peachy. Buyers, sellers, everybody's happy. So they proceed along, get the inspections done, the appraisals done, everything's ready. Buyer's packed, he's given his notice at his rental, signed his loan docs, even got his down payment in escrow. And 3 days prior, the seller changed his employment. Guess what? He doesn't qualify to buy a home. What's his option now? He canceled the escrow, moved back in, and decided to stay put, leaving the buyer twisting in the wind. Ouch. Here's the second example. Buyer found their dream home in Fallbrook. 30-day escrow, of course, contingent upon that seller finding a home. Now, of course, 30 days comes along, seller hasn't found one. Makes this thing go longer. Buyer really wants the home though, so they're gonna hang out and wait. About 3 weeks into that, the seller finds a home. Awesome, found it. However, they need another 30 days on that one to extend. So now, but of course, the first buyer's like, this is great. At least we have an end in sight. We know exactly when we're gonna be moving. But no. That seller, who was contingent upon buying, wouldn't remove her contingency of the sale until it closed. So that means the buyer, who has done all their inspections, done their loan docs, put their money in escrow, doesn't know they get the home till the day they get the keys. Can you imagine the stress ball that buyer was in? Look, folks, buying and selling real estate doesn't have to be this painful, and you gotta stop doing this to yourselves. I'll see you guys next week on DESTRY TV.